This video is about deleted score intents. A deleted score intent is where a member or a player makes a statement of intent to submit a round for handicapping and then later subsequently deletes that score intent without entering a score. There's various reasons why the member or the player may do this, but there are only a handful of valid reasons as to why they may do this. Those reasons are an emergency situation on or off the course, injury, or bad electrical storm in the area. So dangerous weather that could result in or may result in the course being closed, but certainly electrical storms, etc. Dangerous weather. If it's rain, rain is not a permissible reason for deleting a score intent, nor is slow play, nor is gave up halfway round. And also on this particular instance, any reasons that are not anything to do with golf, which are random, such as test, or any random words or any random phrases that have no relation to the round at all, again, are not acceptable. You have to put a reason for deletion that is acceptable for that deletion to be valid moving forward. Let's now click deleted score intent and run the report. So we click it, it's a third of the way down, and we, again, like most of the reports, we put in a time period. So let's put a time period in of a year, going back to September the 1st, 2024 to 31st of August, 2025, to give us a whole year of data. You can't run this for more than a year. It's a year window is the maximum. Now the ideal number here is 0. You don't want any deleted score intent. So if you've got a member who's got the level of what we see here, even if we go down towards the bottom of the report, someone with 4 or 5 is still too high. They shouldn't be deleting score intents at that level. But when we get to the top of the list, 66 and 42 and 35, this is more than one a week. So at least once a week on average, this player's deleting their score intent. You know, what on earth is going on? So again, by knowing this information, you can now act as a handicap secretary and a handicap committee. You can export it, but you don't need to export this because it will give you all the functionality on the report. Because if you look at the report very carefully, you've got 5 pieces of information. The member number, the member name, whether it was the My England Golf app, where else they might have entered their intent and deleted it, and the total. The member number is clickable. So you can click the member number and it takes you to their individual screen, which now gives you more functionality. You can see the date of the creation of the intent and the time it was deleted. So this particular one here was on the 19th of August at Woodall Spa at 8:59 in the morning. The deletion was at 11:51, which is around 2 hours and 50 minutes later. The reason is test. Now, what does that mean? It's worth now going back to this member once you've gone through the whole report and had a complete list of scores that you can go back and ask them what happened. If we come down a little bit, you can see here on the 8th of July, 10:42, a score intent was made, but that was deleted at 10:42:48, so just 40 seconds later. That one is probably an error. They may have selected the wrong tee set, or they may have decided not to play golf. So if there's a very short period of time between them, it's very much worth overlooking it. However, if you've got some that have a considerable amount of time, for example, this one here, 22 of July, 10:33, it was deleted at 12:15 on the 22nd of July, and its reason was test. I'd certainly be going back to that member with this data and asking them, why was that deleted? What was the reason behind it? Are you aware of the reasons why you may delete a score intent? And again, we're just on one individual record here. If we click back on our browser, we go back to the other main report, we can do the same thing for other members. So as you can see, we scroll down and it's the same thing for this member here. He's got times of entry. What he was doing at 3:34 in the morning here is beyond me, but he then deleted it at 3:36. This one here, 14:19 on the 3rd, deleted at 14:41, so 22 minutes later. Now, did he play that day and after 20 minutes realised that he didn't want to put the score on for handicapping for some reason and deleted it? Or did he not get to the first tee? Again, you've now got information that you can use to discuss with your members and therefore manage their handicaps in a much stronger way with data as opposed to opinion. And this is all about data. Having these reports is about having data to manage members' handicaps rather than going back an opinion where you'd say, oh, I think you might need to go up a bit, or I think you may need to come down a bit. You've now got data to work out exactly what's going on out there and data you can discuss with your members. And I'll happily help you with that on how to manage that discussion moving forward. All we're doing here is we're just looking at the deleted score intent report to see what members are deleting score intents and why. And then you can manage that situation moving forward. And it's a very, very important report to manage and to run because it gives you an understanding as to what is going on in the wider circle of your membership. And that if you've got members that are deleting score intents and trying to massage what goes onto their record and what doesn't, if you've got a 4-hour window between intent and deletion, that round possibly did play, but the member didn't want it to go onto their record. So there is a chain of process to follow, but you only follow that process and only can follow that process once you've had the ability to run the report, run the data, and have the data in front of you. And as always with all of these reports, we at County are here to help you understand what you're reading, what you're seeing, and how to interpret it, and how to manage that particular situation moving forward.